Yo, yo. All right, cool. Let's get this in. Welcome back to the channel where we mix fitness and music. All right, so we're going to do this on the fitness side of things. I'm going to dive into this real quick. I'm going to cover all the details, necessary information that you might be looking into to possibly, hold on to. So let's do this. I already announced that I was going to do this video a little while ago. Never got around to doing it. I'm finally here at the round table. We're going to make this happen. So check this out. For a lot of people out there, they have this thing that actually happens with them. And I'm gonna go ahead and announce it that it's normal. All right. Whenever somebody works out and they come to a situation where they say, man, the following day they feel sick, they feel like something's going on. There's a lot of things that are affiliated or associated with that. And I'm gonna go ahead and tie it in the two main areas, which the two main areas is gonna be, one, it'll be calories, and two, it's actually gonna be exercise. So first off, we're going to drive on the calories, all right? And let's run through the whole thing as if somebody was actually out doing it. So this is how it works. You have your individual who has never worked out before, all right? Never worked out, or maybe they haven't worked out for a long enough period of time to where their body doesn't recognize the typical exercise that you would normally do. So when they actually get to the gym, what most people say to themselves is they say, yo, I want to go in and I want to go hard. I don't want to do anything that's going to, shorten my results or not make me see what I'm actually out to go get. With that being said, most people go in, they do as many push-ups as they can, they run as fast as they can, they try and burn as many calories as they can on that first workout, all right? What ends up happening is they end up diving into a phase of what people call overtraining. All right. Now, listen, when you say overtraining, that term is taken out of context by many different people because it applies to each individual as themselves. It does not apply to everybody at the same time. And what I mean by that is this. If I go ahead and say, I went to the gym today and I worked out for 3 hours and the next day I felt sick. Technically, for my workouts, I'm only in for like an hour. So to go in for 3 hours would be defined for my normal physical fitness. That'll be overtraining because normally I go in for an hour, but in actuality, I'm actually taking that workout and spreading it across 3 hours. So the fact that I spread it across 3 hours, that's something that my body does not recognize. Being that my body doesn't recognize it, it dips into that category of overtraining. It's a little too much than what I normally do. When that usually takes place, there's several things that are actually happening within the body that causes this to actually happen, causes that feeling to actually be felt about feeling sick. And we'll go into calories first. So when it comes down to calories, your typical individual coming into the gym is probably not going to supply his body with the necessary amount of calories that's needed in order to tackle that first workout. The first workout is brand new. So when he dives into it, he doesn't really know what he's getting into, how much is needed, how much carbs he should have ate for the day. So he goes in as if he was just living his normal sedentary lifestyle. What ends up happening is you work out really, really vigorously. And over time, if you're working out hard enough, long enough, and you have not supplied your body with enough calories, at the end of the day, or the following day, not really at the end of the day, but let's say the following day, your body is not going to be able to come back from that workout. It comes back from the workout or recovers from the workout usually when you have enough calories going into the workout and you continuously supply your body with the necessary calories after the workout. All right, it's very, very critical that you focus on those two things. Most individuals getting into this face this sick situation. One, they usually overtrain, go in too hard, and two, they usually come in with the same amount of calories that they would carrying out this same sedentary lifestyle. What they need to do in the area of calories is they need to focus on the necessary calories to carry them through that workout. In most cases, what I tell people is pre-plan your workouts, know what you're going to get into. And with that being said, you would have an idea of the amount of calories that would be needed in order for you to tackle that workout. That's why the last thing you want to do is pull up to the gym, walk inside and just be like, I'm going to do a little bit of this. I'm going to do a little bit of this. I'm going to just do like 5 over here, 15 over here. At the end of the day, your body needs to be supplied with the necessary calories to take you through those workouts, So you can't just go in with no pre-plan, no schedule, nothing like that. That's why y'all need to hit me up for them programs. But outside of that, when you're looking at calories, that's usually everyone's biggest mistake. It's just going into that same workout, supplying your body with the calories that you would during a sedentary lifestyle, and then you didn't give your body enough to actually go into it. When you work out, you lose vital nutrients, vitamins, minerals, everything diminishes in the body as you work out. You lose calories. It is a form of stress for the body. And in order to make up for it, it's better or best if you actually supply your body with more calories, not only before the workout, but also after the workout, depending on what type of program you are. So that right there tackles the area in calories being the biggest mistake. The next one is obviously going to be the physical activity. For the most part, it's just like the calories. When it comes down to the physical activity, people tend to dive into their first workouts with very little experience, very little knowledge, and they don't really know how hard they need to go. And they end up going too hard. And again, if you're normally carrying out a sedentary lifestyle, if somebody were to work out for like an hour-long period of time, yeah, you used to do that back in the day. But I'm telling you right now, if you were to carry out that same type of hour-long workout, but you've never worked out in the last 3-4 months, your body's possibly going to dip into that category of overtraining. Again, when we say overtraining, that directly applies to each individual by themselves. Okay. My definition of overtraining is different than your definition. Mine ends at like maybe 4 hours in the gym because I just work out that hard. For you, you just getting into it. Overtraining for you might be 30 minutes. All right. Now, that could also change based on the intensity. I could get in the gym. If I do sprints for an hour straight doing sprints, I do not do that on the regular. I will definitely dip into a category of overtraining at that point in time, even if I only went for an hour. Regardless of my normal time, which is usually 2 hours in the gym, if I were to go an hour, push the intensity as high as I can, for the most part, I could possibly dip into an avenue or an area of overtraining, which usually is not going to be the greatest thing. So I'll tell you how it benefits the body, and I'll tell you how it works against the body. So how does it work against the body? Overtraining to usually put you out for a few days. All right. At the end of the day, what makes more sense to the body as it grows is actually going to be volume. Volume means sets times reps times weight. You take sets times reps times weight, that equates to your total volume. At the end of the day, if I have more total volume than you, I will be a better athlete. I will burn more calories. I will build more muscle. And that'll equate to me getting into the gym at least 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. But if I'm always out because I'm constantly overtraining, so I'm constantly having to take many, many days off, at the end of the week, I won't break out with the same total volume as the guy who went into the gym 4 or 5 times. So getting into the gym 1 or 2 times and knowing that you're dipping into this category of overtraining is not as beneficial as if you were to tone down the intensity and try to get in 4 or 5, maybe 6 times in a week. All right. So when you look, so that's the bad part about it. The benefit, when you're looking at the benefit to the overtraining, I know it sounds crazy, like overtraining, that word and benefit don't really connect. But yeah, there is a benefit. Why? Because your body's going to adapt to however you perform. So let's say I get into the gym. I normally do 2 hours in the gym. Let's say, for example, and then I decide to go in for 3 hours. All right. Technically, for my body, that's going to register as me overtraining because I went in for 3 hours and I usually do 2. But what's going to happen over time is my body's going to slowly adapt to that 3-hour time frame. So that once the duration starts expanding, once the intensity starts to increase, yeah, it's going to put your body out for a few days. It could also affect your results, your performance and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, your body will still grow and build in strength, stamina, endurance, all of that. It's key and very important that you do push your body past those normal comfort zones. Those normal comfort zones that you want to stay within, you usually have an ability to push past them, which sometimes could be overtraining. But at the same time, if you fall back soon enough, or if you don't do too much, usually you could break out with just being sore for like a day or 2, and then you can make your way back into the gym. Whereas if you go full throttle overtrain, you could possibly be out for maybe 4, even up to 5 days, and then you suffer that sick feeling that's in the title that I described. If anybody out there has already worked out, y'all probably know exactly what I'm talking about, especially if you took time off and then you came back. Very similar to the story I gave. For most people, for the most part, they come back into the whole, training deal, and they try to go with what they remember themselves doing a long time ago. That's going to be your big issue. All right, you need to start from the very beginning. It's levels, there's levels to it. Just make sure you stay on level one and slowly and gradually move up. Because as you do that, like I said, exercise is a form of stress on the body. So if you were to actually put your body under that stress and supply it with all what it needs and what's necessary, yeah, I did mention that it's a form of stress, but it actually allows the body to grow and get stronger. So again, the overtraining can be exercised and used in certain ways to build the performance of the body. But at the same time, be mindful that if it's pushed too far and you take it to the next level, it could possibly put you out of the gym for a longer period than you actually want to be. Let's say you have a wedding coming up. Let's say you have a competition coming up. And you say to yourself, in order for you to see the results that you want to see, you chopped it up with your trainer, whatever. He told you you need to be in the gym this many times and you need to go for this many weeks. If you're messing around and overtraining again and again and constantly putting your body in a situation where it's causing yourself to take 4, 5, 6 days off just because you need to rest, that's where you're going to have the issue. Fall back on some of the exercise. Don't go as hard. You'll see that if you were to be more mindful about it, bring the intensity down just a little bit. Make sure you don't dip into that overtraining zone. Bring the intensity down a little bit. You'll find yourself in the gym 4, 5, 6 days straight without suffering from all the soreness and everything. And you could easily get in, get out, build your volume after you multiply your sets times reps times weight. And at the end of the day, someone who's in the gym more often, doing more sets, doing more reps, and working with more weight will benefit more than the other individual who went really hard and then had to, tap out for like 5, 6 days. So that's the idea. When it comes down to that feeling, that sick feeling, it's your body just letting you know that the type of physical activity you did was a little bit more intense than where your body normally would have liked to have gone. All right. It probably wanted to hit this point. You went ahead and hit it a lot higher at this point. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. Your body's going to feel that. You'll probably have to tap out for a few days, 3, 4, who knows how long. You'll have that sick feeling. Now, can you get rid of it? It's really based on the individual. All right. It requires a lot of rest. I mean, because it's your body's overtrained. So in order for you to kind of come back, it's going to really, really require rest. You'll see a lot of people going and getting the night quill, they get the day quill because they swear up and down that they're actually getting sick. But it's just a form of your body letting you know that you went a little too hard and you need to fall back the next time around. Or if you're going to go this hard, you need to go this hard every single time you get into the gym. And what you're going to notice is over time, if it takes you 5 days to get or recover, it'll eventually take you 4, it'll eventually take you 3, 2, 1. And then whatever type of workout you were originally doing and it was putting you out for 6 days, you can now do that workout almost every day because over a period of time, you built up enough stamina, enough endurance, enough strength to kind of push through it. So that's the idea, man. At the end of the day, it is what it is. So for everybody out there, say we got 2 people in the building. A little different than the political channel. The political channel be lit at a lot of people all the time. But everything that's going on here, I didn't want to make this video too long. Just wanted to make it long enough so I could give out all the necessary information. So if you are faced with this problem, I mean, you could take your meds to kind of suppress the symptoms of what you're actually feeling, which is it's gonna work. You know what I mean? It'll make you feel better at the moment, but it's not a condition where you're actually sick. You're gonna feel a runny nose. You're gonna feel that some of them body, you just feel your body kind of feeling some type of way. You have some little bit of aches and pains or whatever. It's not that you have the flu. All right. I'm telling you right now, within 2, 3, maybe 4 days, you'll definitely come right back. You'll come right back. Just make sure during the time that you're out, you supply your body with the necessary calories. Of course, your calorie dense foods, such as your salads, and anything of that nature, your vegetables, your fruits, taking your vitamin C and stuff like that. So anything that's related to vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, go for that, especially if you're handling all of this during the time where you're really sore, you're sick feeling, or whatever's going on with you. In order to break past it, it's going to best be done if you supply your body with those vital nutrients and whatever else is needed in order for you to recover. Also want to tie in a lot of sleep, a lot of sleep. The less sleep you get, the less nutrients you get. Usually it'll end up where you're going to have to face that feeling, sick or not, however extreme it is. You'll possibly face that a lot longer than someone else who's actually getting into bed at the times that they need so they could break out with a good 8 hours straight of rest. They're going to benefit more and recover faster from that small condition. Now, right before I go, I'm going to tell you this right now. Some people might say to themselves, I'm gonna make it as simple as Conservative Guy made it. And if I work out 2 hours a day, if I go 3, I'm gonna overtrain. So I don't really need to worry about much. But again, be mindful that it's not necessarily based on the duration, it's also based on the intensity. It is a very tricky, finicky thing that you're dealing with, because when you're in the gym, you're gonna swear up and down that you're not really going that hard. You're not really doing that much. But to your body, it sees it and it registers completely different. You'll wake up the next day and you'll be like, man, I didn't know I went that hard in the gym. I barely lifted anything. And you touching around, you're like, I'm sore everywhere. I really feel a soreness everywhere throughout. So that's more along the lines of how you need to think, okay? It doesn't necessarily need to be where you go all out in your workouts in order for you to see the results. You'll clearly see you don't have to do much. Just give it some time, wait the next day. And based on how sore you are, it tells how hard you actually went and how hard you should have gone based on if that soreness is at a high level or a low level. I'm gonna get up out of here. I see we got 3 people in the building. I can't make this too long. I wanna make sure y'all get the idea of exactly what I'm trying to say when it comes down to it. Again, you feeling that sickness, come in after you work out, be mindful. You did not just magically come down with a cold or a flu, because you're gonna see this thing is gonna happen like that. It's gonna happen immediately. So it's gonna be like, yo, there's no way, there's no way. And then you're also gonna see how fast you bounce back. You're gonna see it's gonna be within a day's or two's time that it'll require for you to come right back to your normal self. And that'll also tell you the effect of what was really going on. Like, was it really a flu virus? And you're also gonna notice that you will not be able to spread anything. All right. You're not going to go to the gym. You're not going to hit it hard, whatever, whoop de whoop. You come back. If y'all worked out before, y'all know what I'm talking about. You get that sick feeling, body aches, runny nose. You even get a little bit on your throat, and it's just all around. It's like, where is this coming from? But again, you could talk and chop it up with all your people, this, that, and the third. You're going to see at the end of the day, you're not shooting out anything that could actually be spread and anything that could be harmful. It's just your body dealing with what's going on internally. That's how it's done. If you needed to know more details about it, feel free to check online. I'm gonna just give you my spill and how I would give it to my clients if they came and they asked me the same question. But we're running up the time, man. It's 18 minutes in. I'm gonna get up off this one. Thank you so much for everybody who came out. We don't got many people in the building, but it is what it is. It's fitness over here. Y'all know what it is, man. I'm gonna get back on that political side of things. And I got a few things to say because, Georgia, I know what's going on over there. But yeah, I'm gonna keep that strictly for the political channel. Y'all know what it is. Conservative Guy. I'm out.